introverted soul, I would say. I come off as a very extrovert person, but it really is not. So when I started finally making connections and meeting the right people, and the support started coming through, and that kind of opened my eyes, and I started seeing the true value of who I really am as a person.
There's some people that can't go get and find their people because they can't, rise up maybe is a little strong of a sense, but they can't get into it. So I think it's when people get up and they go after what's in their heart and they find their people, they get involved in community, their life changes.
If I'm trying to do something like out of my comfort zone and trying to ace something, and somebody calls you a kiddo, it just kind of demotivates you right then and there. Mm-hmm. But this community, and not only this community, when you have the right people, they opened my eyes and say, oh, I'm not a kiddo. I can do more.
Hey, what's going on, friends? Welcome back to another episode of the Love Local Chicagoland podcast, my friends. We are really just trying to humanize our community with the help of our small businesses and our nonprofits. We think we all have a story, and if we get to know our stories, we get to understand kind of where each other comes from. So today, we're going to talk to Fatima Deenaz. She's with Fully Promoted. She also has a passion and a business around events as well that we'll talk about. But those businesses are great, right? But it's about what you want to talk about, that what led her to this table. It's about finding your people, and that we're better in community. And I was once a lonely soul, and I wasn't involved in community. I have numerous examples of this throughout my entire life. And I'm going to be honest with you. My life sucked in comparison to when I found my people and I got involved in community. I'm involved in many different communities now, but they're my people in each of those communities. It's people that I walk into and I could be my full authentic self. They don't judge me. They don't critique me. They just let me be me. And I think that's important. I think that's honestly life-changing, and more of my philosophies. I think that's kind of like why we're in all this right now, is not everybody is able to get to them true selves. Well, I think overall, it's a group effort. It's time for us to be able to support each other, to uplift each other, to help one another find our people, because that's where we're best as humans, is being able to support each other in community. So I'm excited for this conversation. So I'm done talking. Welcome to the show, Fatima. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I'm really excited about this conversation.
Me too.
I feel people's energy. And we met probably a month and a half ago-ish.
Yes.
Ish, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than that. But when I first immediately connected with you, there's a peacefulness that comes to you. You were a part of. We were doing a video shoot with the Schaumburg Business Association, and really bringing some great stories to life there, because that is an awesome community. And you were doing a testimonial video because I think Andrea asked you, right?
Yes.
We got to meet. And from there, we got to connect, got to talk, and the next thing you know, we're talking about finding your people.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I usually find my people when it becomes small talk, usually early on. When I mean small talk, I mean that's usually not the talk at all. It's the opposite of it. That's more of a sarcasm. But I want people to get to know you, and we're going to get into your story a little bit overall. But really what I want to lead with is how, I get my notes. What does it mean to you to find your voice?
Oh, it means the world to me, because my whole life I was put into situations that I did not know I was getting into. And I somehow coped with it. I was able to manage it, and I aced it, pretty much all of them. But somewhere I felt like I was not being heard, pretty much. And once I started finding my people, I started going out and meeting people. I am an introverted soul, I would say. I come off as a very extrovert person, but it really is not. So when I started finally making connections and meeting the right people, and the support started coming through, and that kind of opened my eyes, and I started seeing the true value of who I really am as a person, that I didn't know that I could be. So that was like a exploration point where it's like, okay, well, I can do better than I think I can. And that's how I started meeting more people and vetting them to get those right community members to support me as like the right cheerleaders that I say. And that's how I started really seeing myself in a whole different way. And in I feel like I'm a lot more capable when I see it through other people's eyes. So finding your voice came through that because they pushed me.
We've all been in places where we weren't unwanted, where we didn't connect with people.
Yeah.
And I think we've all felt that as humans. It's a part of it. For you, like, what's the difference between being around people that you're not connecting, right?
Yeah.
There's not a connection, and maybe there's unhealthiness in relationships, whatever those things could be. What does that feel like? And paint me a picture of that versus what does it look like when you find your people?
Yeah.
How do you wake up each day when you're dealing with both of those, or either one of those, I should say?
Sure. Yeah. So when I am with people who actually I cannot be myself with, unfortunately, it's sad, but it really is what it is. There is lack of enthusiasm. There is like almost like this claustrophobic feeling where you're like, what? I am not myself. Like, and I cannot do fake. I always say this to everybody. I cannot pretend to be happy when I'm not.
Yeah. None of us should, though.
Exactly.
Let's just be real. Like, if that is your feeling, like, look at your surroundings, take yourself above yourself, and get a bigger perspective, because you shouldn't feel like that as a human. That's a sign to remove yourself. But keep going.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I decided when once I started meeting people, SBL really like kind of was that point where I realized I can do absolutely best. When I met like so many people like you, there is an energy exchange that happens, and I can see myself completely open up and completely be vulnerable like to them, and have no filter. And the feeling of not being judged itself is like so priceless. That changes me into a completely different person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel claustrophobic at all.
Yeah. It's a real feeling at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Why is it important to be your authentic self in both business and in life?
Because you bring the trueness, and you can vet out like this nonsense around you. I'm all about the truth. And I'm all about keeping no fakeness, no like pretentious like life. That's why you have those kind of like in business, you have those clients, the true clients that truly rely on you and truly support you. They are your my clients are my family. So if I'm honest and true to them, they really are honest and true to me. I'm not here to sell business. I'm here to sell experience, and that's my goal with all of this stuff.
That's it. And to me, I think that's so important as like keys and philosophy of life to like stay and focus in on that. Your story to me, I think, is important because I think there's some people that can't go get and find their people because they can't, rise up maybe is a little strong of a sense, but they can't get into it. So I think it's when people get up and they go after what's in their heart and they find their people, they get involved in community, their life changes. I haven't met anybody that hasn't happened to, because it's kind of like one of those facts of life. But people's stories and where they come from matter to me, because I think that helps. To me, there's perception of us. I have a perception of my life. I have one world, I have my worldview because of what I lived, right? We all have that. But then there's also this perspective. And to me, perspective is really looking at taking yourself out of yourself and looking at the person overall, because that shows the whole person and where they're coming from.
Correct.
So can you give people like a high level story, like where were you born? How did you get here to Schaumburg? Like whatever you want to share, how you started with, Fully Promoted, which is a company that you are very much a strong brand ambassador for, that want to be able to help, do your part to help that company grow. That shows when you're out in the community, and you've only been doing it a little bit, but I feel that already from you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. I think, when you put pressure on a coal, it turns into a diamond. That's the story of my life.
Well said.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty much it, because I feel like when I was thrown into a pressure point, I came through it like no other. If I prepare for myself to get into a meeting, for example, I will not ace it. But if I'm just thrown into a pressure, I know somehow that my God will help me come out of it like that. That's the story of my life. So born and raised in India for about 18 and a half years, hitting 19, got married in 2 days. Did not know my husband before, never saw him.
In that culture, is it like arranged?
It is arranged.
Okay, cool.
It is arranged. Yeah. But this was a very spontaneous.
I couldn't imagine that. That's crazy to me, but keep going. Yeah.
It is a fairy tale. Yeah. It is a fairy tale. That's how I came to America after getting married. Same way with my joining of Fully Promoted is also a funny story where my brother, I'm so proud to say this, my brother-in-law just calls me one day and he literally tells me to show up. And I showed up. That's exactly how I did it. And I show up every day. And not knowing what exactly this business is, not knowing what I'm getting myself, but he had the intention to help me and my husband. And he wanted to start a venture for himself. So he needed a managing person. And here I was, unemployed because I had a baby. But I have a philosophy that if I commit, I absolutely commit 100%. So I learned every bit of this business from A to Z. I'm still learning, and through that, I use Schaumburg Business Association as my powerful tool. I realized
so many amazing people in that organization. It
absolutely
100% changed my life when I joined it in June of 2020. And I joined in 2017, but I was one of the people that we got the sticker and didn't put any work. And man, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Because once I got to meet the people, it was like that's where the magic happened. It wasn't about it business cards. It was like, how can we collaborate? How can we support each other? How can we help win? And that is just throughout that community, there's people that want to be able to do that with each other. And to me, that makes for a thriving community, because the association is big. Like there's no joke. I mean, you're looking at events that are bringing 100+ people that are fun, that are full of people that are talking like this. So keep going.
Yeah, no, but do you realize when you said there are hundreds and hundreds of people in each event, they each...
Not hundreds and hundreds, but you go to Coffee Contacts, there's 100 people many times.
Exactly.
Last night, this will go out later on, but the Weber Grill Business After Hours, there was at least 100 people there, if not 120, 130 people. There's a lot of people.
And each one of them know each other almost on a personal level.
Yeah,
that's the
beauty.
Best part. I know. Yeah. That's how I was like, okay. And not only for Fully Promoted, for me as my brand itself, because I'm doing more of like events and stuff like that now and trying to help businesses grow, connect business to business type of a thing on a side. So all of this kind of like took me, made me realize that community is so important. Doesn't matter what kind of business you're doing. It's just that if you have the right people around you, you can flourish like no other. If you're doing this on your own, you will absolutely fail.
Yeah.
Or
and it's lonely.
Exactly.
Especially entrepreneurship. Like, I speak from that side. That's a lonely road.
Yeah.
It is. That's it. So to be around other entrepreneurs and the mix of people that just work is like, it's nice, to be able to go to one of those events and to talk, about how you're getting punched in your face, because that's what entrepreneurship does sometimes.
Absolutely.
With somebody that really understands it, that it goes back to you're finding your people.
Exactly.
We're fortunate enough to have that as one of our communities. There's many other communities that we're a part of, that we do life in. But the power in finding your people is just what we're talking about. It's the collaboration. It's the supporting each other. It's the rooting each other on. Is so much better way to do life than tearing each other down.
Absolutely. And this is a funny thing. I'm not going to take names, but for the longest time, I was called a kiddo. And that word is not a big deal for a lot of people, but for me it is. It kind of was
pride thing. I was thinking there's an ego thing too. Like, I'm not a kiddo.
I'm like, if I'm trying to do something like out of my comfort zone and trying to ace something, and somebody calls you a kiddo, it just kind of demotivates you right then and there. But this community, and not only this community, when you have the right people, they opened my eyes and say, oh, I'm not a kiddo. I can do more. I can do something beyond that. That's what changed my life.
When people could show up as their authentic selves.
Yes.
That's it. You win.
Yes.
And when you don't judge other people.
Yes.
You
absolutely.
win. But when you judge other people, when you're not doing the right things, and when you're tearing people down in like condescending ways, I don't know if the people that do that know this.
No.
But the ones that have gone through the healing process, and that, you know, the analogy you shared earlier, like we get through the hard stuff.
Yes.
Ones of us that go through that, we know where that comes from.
Exactly.
It's from something, some type of pain, some type of trauma within ourselves.
Yes.
So that's just how we work as humans.
Yes.
So for us to be able to find our people, to be able to get into community with people that get us, it's life changing at the end of the day. 100% life changing.
For sure, that is what it is. And they don't like this is very important. Like they don't realize what the weight of these words are. So that's why I'm like, you need to really vet the people around you, because you don't want to bring that in.
Love and grace too, because they don't, you know, I still have friends that'll like tell me what I was when I was 20. I'm like, bro, you don't even know me as an adult. Like I've grown up, like I've changed, I've evolved as a human, you know.
Yes.
I feel fortunate for that. And so have they, right? We all have.
Yeah.
Which is so important. And to me, I think we could talk about a lot of things, and we could continue to and we're going to continue to dive in about the importance of finding our people and finding our community, because you see it very clearly.
Yeah.
That when you find your people, and you could show up as your heart. That's
exactly.
it. And it might not be always pretty, but you could still show up that way.
Yeah.
You're going to be around your people. Life is just better. But if you got to put on this image, if you got to put on this other thing, or if people are tearing you down, remove yourself out of those situations.
Yeah.
I want to move to the next part of this conversation, because I think it's important, and we're still going to be talking about finding your people and community. During our prep call, you said something about building your own table. To me, that our community here is we're stronger together a lot. Something recently I've said through mentorships and friendships in other communities, I'm hearing and saying building bigger tables as well, which to me, I think that's the key to life, is how can we build bigger tables, and then through that support each other, and you know, collaborate with each other. And we all could, there's an abundance out there where we all win. But for you, build your own table. What does that mean?
Oof, that is something I learned the hard way, because I was more of like, I lived my life in a fashion where I just let things be, and I, you know, took a lot in. I was patient through a lot of things. But one day, to some things that my children were starting to face, similar to what I faced. And my older one actually faced a lot of like issues of like not being involved in maybe group activities or something like that, just because of his high energy and all that stuff. He's a handful for sure, but he was
all kids are. Yeah.
He was crying one day, and he was just very upset for not being able to be himself. And that day I realized, and I'm like, that day I promised myself I'm going to stop pushing my presence in people's lives. I need to stop doing that. If they want to be with me, I am here with open arms, but I will never beg to sit on other people's tables. And I told my children that. I said, you need to bring your own friends and whatever, cousins or whatever it is, family members, whatever it is. Build your own people who truly support you. And my older one is like somebody who can sense exactly like how I can. He has a very high IQ. He can sense if somebody is good or not or whatever in those lines. I told him, I said, listen, you can find your own people and you welcome them exactly how they want to be welcomed. Like if you don't judge them, you invite them to sit on your tables. You never beg to be on somebody else's table.
Yeah, if you're begging, it's not the right fit. You know, I think things align because they're supposed to align. Things connect because they're supposed to be able to connect. But that starts inward.
Yeah.
For people to be able to want to do that, to be able to when you show up as your authentic self, to me, I think, for one, it's life-changing, but it's going to have to go both ways.
Exactly.
I can't be my full authentic self if you're not, because I'm going to feel your energy.
Exactly.
That's it. And I think for me, that's why I probably struggled with networking that 2017 to 2020 when I didn't really do anything, because my energy wasn't healthy. Like, I wasn't right inside, you know? So when I had to show up around, I look at that community and the community you're a part of now too, and what we're talking about, when people are showing up as their authentic selves and that's happening and you're not there, it is hard.
Yeah.
But it could be done. And it goes into just like, go to one thing and just try to get involved in some type of, whether it's, obviously we're pumping up the business association now. They're not sponsored. We just believe in it. Yeah. But it could be other communities too. It's more like, where do you feel that energy from?
For sure.
Why is community so powerful when it comes to resilience and growth for you?
Oh my God, it's all about it. That's the base for it. Your foundation is your community when it comes to resilience and really that strong personality that I have. If I don't, I think it's something I have to have something, or I should say, we should always have somebody to fall back on. And I believe in making connections with you have friends that you can rely on when you're sad, and they are a handful, not everybody. But you have a very small amount of group of people, like maybe 2 or 3, that you can truly call them when you're successful and not have that feeling of like, oh, she's full of herself or type of a thing. So when you have that community, you can be your powerful self. If not, it takes a very long time, or it's just you shatter. You absolutely shatter.
Yeah, you can't carry that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're not built to carry that energy long, right? And if we do, it comes out, in my experience, it comes out in unhealthy ways.
Absolutely.
Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. So if I am doing something good and I call this few people, they don't even know who they are, but they are few people in my life, I call them, and it's so awesome to see them reflect that. And next time when I'm around them, they push me to do even more. So that's all about it.
My hope with this show and talking real with people that are local in our community is that so that we could help support each other and uplift each other, right?
Absolutely.
So that people that maybe were me in the 2017 through 2020 period not doing anything because I didn't feel right with myself, helping those people kind of just chisel into whatever they're supposed to be doing to find their people and to be able to go where they could thrive. For our listeners, in your experience, how do you know when you found your people?
Oh wow. I am all about energy, number one. But I have massive trust issues at the same time. I don't trust anybody. And for me, when I vibe with somebody, they are so authentic that they will prove themselves that they want to be in my life for the real reasons, not for anything else other than, just to support me.
We call it takers. Takers.
Correct.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That it takes time. It takes absolutely. It takes a long time for me. I am the way I am, but it's that trust that I have to start building in myself to see those people in my life again. So once they are there, those are the placeholders, and if without them, it's really hard for me to function. And it just like my whole life falls apart.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yes.
We went deep. I hope people are inspired to be able to find their people, to get involved in community, and do that in whichever ways that they feel led. That excites me for people to hear what we just put down. But at the end of the day, just like the rest of us, you got to eat too. So you are a part of Fully Promoted, which sells branding apparel, which you say, and other things. But I'll let you tell us what they do, because I know it's just more than apparel. But it's you help people's brand and business come to life.
Correct. We're actually strategic partners for managing and promoting other businesses. We're their partners in there. So anything when it comes to promoting their brand, we are here to partner up and do all the work that we need to do to make sure that their brand is promoted. Easy examples are pen, shirt, and all that stuff. But then it really comes to the quality that we present. Fully Promoted is not about promotional products. It's about the experience that those promotional products come in and the branding that we support. So that's what it is all about. Again, my clients they're my true family. It is truly what it is. So it's not just that, but it's more than branding.
Well, you find your people and you serve your people, therefore
Correct.
You could be like family, right?
Yes.
And to me, that's the way to do business if you can. Obviously, there's always going to be the transactions in business that we all just got to get through because we need that revenue, right? But
yes.
At the end of the day, it's when you get to find your people and work with your people, man, it goes back to life is just better.
Yes.
You touched on this a little bit, I guess, in there, but how do you help small businesses and nonprofits get seen and remembered?
Oh, so this comes to my second business venture, and that is also it's basically business to business connect events and supporting businesses with networking and all of that stuff. Okay. That's what I do on my other side. So my intention behind all of this prep is to support any local business and support the community that we're around. So when it comes to starting with branding their logos, to promoting their logos, to presenting with the best of giveaways and team gears or whatever they need, we have that through Fully Promoted. At the same time, I also help them connect with other business owners and other resources that they can use and utilize to really flourish and help their business grow. That's what I do. And I help with real estate side of the world too. So all of this comes in to support the person that I'm working with at the time, the client that I'm working with at the time.
All right, you do a lot, my friend.
I do a lot.
Right.
I do a lot. I'm a mom, all that stuff. Yeah. Yes.
How do you want to? Who do you want to work with? Like, if you had to explain your ideal client, you're talking about them a little bit. Obviously, they're your people. What does that look like?
Yeah, sure. So every client is important, number one. Number two, I really want to explore the IT industry right now in the schools and hospitals and any kind of manufacturings that is around Schaumburg area and beyond, because I feel like those are the people who really need some strategists to walk in their doors to take care of all this stuff because they have a lot going on. And if somebody like me who walks in and takes care of all the promotionals and all the stuff that needs to be taken care of with the quality and the promotion and stuff like that, they don't need to worry about anything else. So that's my goal. So anything with tech, IT, manufacturing, schools, colleges, hospitals, that's basically what I'm targeting at the moment. Every client is important though for me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think people will feel from watching this is and see like you're going to take care of them because you genuinely care.
Yes,
right?
I do.
I think that really matters to me when working for people. You don't have to be perfect when I work with you. Things could happen, mistakes could happen, but like, do you give a shit at the end of the day?
Absolutely.
And are you going to make it right?
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's important, especially in small businesses during this time in history where like trust is key, and we're able to be destroyed on here or do good on here.
Yes, exactly.
At this time in history. So,
exactly. Because my goal, my goal is to promote a business. Doesn't matter what way it is, to grow them. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So if I can push and fully promote it and take care of everything else, why not?
So what if absolutely. So what if I go to one of these events? What am I going to walk away feeling like? Like, what's your goal for people to be leaving one of your events?
I want them to realize how powerful their company is when they walk away, because they have a lot more to offer. And that's the message I want them to have, because their company and their business is absolutely worth having and absolutely worth utilizing by everybody else. So and that's why it's so important for me, because that's like bread and butter for everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important, because if they need to realize how powerful it is for a person to be an entrepreneur and start a business. It takes a lot to do that. So that itself, for them, when they walk away, I want them to feel empowered. I want them to feel that they are taken care of. They're taken care of when it comes to branding and all of that stuff, and just be happy and just find the people. And because I'm really here to support them.
Yeah, I love it, my friend. If people are looking to connect with you, where can they do that?
Yeah, for sure. So they can follow me on all the socials, LinkedIn. My name is Fatima Deenaz, and they can follow my business page. My brother-in-law's business page, actually, which is Fully Promoted Schaumburg. Instagram is Fatima Deenaz and all of that, so you can find me on those.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you.
Having a part of this conversation. I feel like the last 30 minutes of our conversations has really brought fruit to not only myself to keep going. I hope you feel the same way, but I hope our listeners feel that same way too.
Thank you. I really hope so.
And it's like, let's go find our people.
Yay.
Right?
Yes.
My friends, we think it's important to find your people, to work collectively and collaboratively with each other, to be able to see how you could create a better tomorrow with whatever the heck you're doing. Like, life's hard. The waves of life suck at times. So when you're able to kind of take the pressure off and just to be able to find your people and get involved in community and to be a part of something that's bigger than yourself, like, game on. Life is so much better. Check out Fatima. Go check out her social pages. Connect with her. I have a feeling she's going to be making more and more content as she continues to evolve with her own personal brand. She has a voice, and she has a voice because she found her people, and those people helped her amplify that. So, my friends, if you know of a story, something that needs to get out there, somebody that needs to be highlighted, whatever that is in the local community that you're passionate about, I would love to hear about it. Our team here at Love Local, it's like, we're about stories. I think you all know that. Like, and I think this was hard. We've actually figured out how to make this all a business and how for it to work so that we could love on our local community. We're a full-on media company that helps businesses, nonprofits with video content and production and that type of stuff. But like, we love on our community too. We have the studio for other people to rent too, because we want to love on our community, and we know that we're stronger together when we all go at it in our own God-given ways that is in our hearts. So keep going. Support local, love local. We're stronger together. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.